Do you struggle to get through to your teenager? Let's have a chat. See, teenagers are one of the trickiest people on the planet because they act and feel like they know it all, they got it all covered, but guess what? They don't. And if you have struggled to get through to your teenager and it's hard to have a conversation, girl, guy, we're in the same boat. It's hard. It's hard. It is hard. People that have sussed it out are probably like the 1%, the 10%. Let's talk. The thing is, teenagers act like they don't need you. Have you attempted to have a conversation with your teenager and they respond with monosyllables? Yes, no, good, okay, how's your day? Good. How's your day? Fine. What did you do? Nothing. Does that sound familiar? Teenagers are something else. But most of the time, it takes you being patient with them. Even though they act like they don't need you, the teenage years are the time, that's the time where your teenager needs you the most. And that's where the work comes in. You need to be intentional about spending quality time with your teenager. Figure out what is their love language. So that's you can think about that. What kind of thing makes them tick? What kind of thing gets them excited? If your kid is into sports, what kind of sports do they play? Can you maybe go watch them play the sport or watch them watch the sport? Just sit. And sometimes you might have a child that is not very extroverted. They don't like to chat too much. It might just be you sitting with them without distraction is what they need. And don't get me wrong, you trying this doesn't mean it's going to work instantly. It could take weeks, it could take months, and sometimes it could take years. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. There's no hard and fast rule to it. Because guess what? I think most kids, depending on the kind of household you are, a lot of the time the conversations we have with our kids is about what you need to do, what you haven't done, why are you doing this? Why have you not done this? And they get immune to our voices. And then once we speak, there's like a brick wall and they can't hear what you're saying. Even when you come with good intentions, they're not hearing that either. Or they're a bit cautious because they're thinking, how long is this parent going to crack? How long is this parent going to give up? Because this is not their default nature. Their default nature is to complain, to nag, to yell. Even if you're trying to be nice, it will take a long time for them to take that on board. So as parents, some of the ways we can help build that relationship with our teenage kids is spend quality time. And they don't even need to be teenagers before you do that. You don't want to get to the point where it's difficult. If you have younger kids, the earlier you start, the better. Spend a minimum of 20 minutes a day with your child. Just chatting, having a conversation, just them, not in a group. Spend that so that at that point they know that the most important person in the room. Do things with your kids regularly. If they play a sport, go watch their sport or watch it with them. Go for walks, arrange dates, do stuff with them that you think they would like. Grab a hot chocolate, grab a smoothie, milkshake. If they like walking, go for a walk. If they like cycling, cycle, anything. Just spend quality time with your kids. Another thing you can help build relationship is praise. Give your kids praise. Everyone loves a compliment. Give your kids praise. Tell them how amazing they are, how great they look in that outfit. But it has to be genuine. Genuine. Another thing is listen to your kids. Don't listen with the aim of judging. Just listen to listen. Listen. Technology. There's something called technoference. This is when technology interferes in relationships. And it's so profound in homes, really, because you're all in the house. And sometimes you're all in the same room, but everyone's on a gadget. There's no conversations to be had. There's no interactions to be had. How about you do times where you say, this time is phone-free time? On the dining table, you could say, once we're on the dining table, no one's allowed a phone. Once we're in the car, don't bring out your phone. Let's have a conversation. Minimize time on the phone. For those in the UK, there's a program on Channel 4 called Swiped. It talks in depth about the impact a phone has on families. Sometimes you go out to a cafe or a restaurant and you see a family on the dinner table or the breakfast table or the table and everyone's on their phone. Or even sometimes the parents might not be on the phone, but the little kids are on the phone or on a tablet. We're not encouraging interaction. Interaction and communication in a home is key. So, parents, wrapping up, invest in spending quality time with your kids. It makes a huge difference. And especially when they're teenagers, they act like they don't need you, but that's when they need you the most. Not just being in the same room, but being intentional about their presence and doing stuff together.